June 8th, 2022, 9:45 p.m., Alton, Illinois.
Sounded like the beginning scene of like Criminal Minds or something, you know? Like when somebody's tied up and they're trying to get out, and then all of a sudden the screaming got really, really loud and really intense.
The neighbor downstairs describes what she heard next.
Probably, I really don't know other than like chopping wood.
Okay.
Because that's what it felt like he had enough, I didn't even say he, but like, you know, that's what it sounded like there was enough time to do, was like, it was very constant beats too.
Okay.
So that's what made me think it sounded like that.
So do you think it sounded like an instrument hitting something, or do you think, or what? Something is making you kind of envision that through sound, you know what I mean? Like, we hear something and our brain is gonna take that information in, right? What we're hearing, smelling, feeling, and we're gonna kind of like paint this mental picture, right?
Right.
So, what about that sound makes you think chopping wood?
It was more of how steady it was.
Okay.
Because when you chop wood, you know, you gotta lift it up, you gotta hold it, and then you gotta put all your weight into it, all your muscle.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you go.
And you kind of got a rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it had like 4, 5, 6 of those beats, and then it just stopped. The screaming stopped, the sound stopped, the shake.
2 hours later, surveillance cameras capture a man walking down a quiet street. He's carrying a white laundry basket. He walks behind a smoke shop and disappears from view. At the time, no one knew what was inside that basket. The next morning, a construction worker finds something in that same dumpster that will change everything.
The dumpster. So when I took it to the dumpster, there's a lot of clothes and shit in there, all strode all over, laundry basket, and there was a couple pair of shoes. There was shoes, was some slipper shoes too. Slipper shoes. Okay. They was red. They had blood on them. They all look like female shit. For real though. Male shit too.
Female and male clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
At 1 p.m. that same day, a mother arrives at her daughter's apartment. She hasn't heard from her in over 15 hours. Something feels wrong. She lets herself in. 2 minutes later, she's back outside, visibly shaking.
911 with the address of...
Yeah. Hi. Listen.
What's going on?
My girlfriend's daughter is killed. Yeah.
What's going on there?
My girlfriend on the other side. My daughter's, she chopped her head off.
This is the story of 22-year-old Liese Dodd, 8 months pregnant, planning a baby shower, and the horrific crime that stole her life and the life of her unborn daughter. This case is about to take you on a journey you won't forget. If true crime is your thing, hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to follow this channel. Now let's dive in. Liese Dodd was born on August 14th, 1999, in Alton, Illinois. Those who knew her describe her as a bright light with an enormous heart. When she turned 10, instead of asking for birthday presents, Liese organized a fundraiser for a local animal shelter. She just wanted to help. She graduated from Jersey Community High School in 2017 and started working at Dairy Queen, where customers remember her vibrant smile and warm personality. She was saving money. She had dreams of going into the medical field, just like her mom. And in 2022, she had something else to look forward to. She was 8 months pregnant with a baby girl.
They let us know that somebody was found dead next door. To have to lose a child that way, and that baby is an extension of her mother and the rest of her family, so they lost a child as well. They lost 2.
Liese didn't have a name picked out yet. For now, she just called her unborn daughter Baby Bean. Her baby shower was scheduled for the end of June. Her due date was July 27th. The family was planning, preparing, celebrating.
I had just sent out invitations prior to Saturday for the baby shower. We were just excited and kind of gathering the items you need to have a baby. She was just a loving soul, just a beautiful beautiful soul. And I just wish she would have known how loved she was. You know, that she wouldn't have ever been alone. That she could have gotten out of this relationship and had a full life.
But there was something else in Liese's life. Something dark that her family had been worried about for a long time. An on-again, off-again relationship with a man named DeAndrea Holloway. A relationship that would end in unimaginable horror. Liese and DeAndrea Holloway had been together for nearly 2 years. Same age, both 22. Both from Illinois. But those who knew them saw the warning signs everywhere.
I think she was making up a story.
Okay.
And then she finally did tell me that she had some problems with her boyfriend, was hitting her, and they were actually homeless and were living out at the campground at the lake.
Liese's boss at Dairy Queen noticed something was wrong almost immediately.
She had a lot of personal problems with a boyfriend, a lot of calling off. She had a lot of black eyes when she would come in. When she first started, she would make excuses that her dog had jumped up and hit her and caused her black eyes. She was constantly running late, like for personal reasons. Always something coming up. She had a lot of black eyes, a lot of bruising on her arms, like where you could see, you know, like maybe grabbing.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
The cycle of abuse. Break up, make up, break up again. Liese's boss even witnessed one assault firsthand.
What specifically did you see when the day you actually witnessed her being battered? What did you see?
A punch in the face.
You saw Mr. Holloway punch her
face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were they in the car when that happened, or were they outside the car?
No, they were in the car, and we have cameras on the back of the building. We actually tried to roll the cameras back, but they're not very good definition, so we weren't able to actually see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was he in the driver's seat?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And did she return to work after that happened?
She did.
And did you see any? Did she have any visible injuries on that occasion?
Her face was red.
Okay. And did she say anything, or was she confronted about that?
I asked her about it, and she said they had gotten in an argument. Eventually, after the excuses about the dog and things like that stopped, she was honest about it and just said that they were always arguing and fighting, and then they would make up and it would happen again.
Okay. Did she, like specifically that day when she was struck? Was there any conversation like after the fact when she comes back into work about the police or?
I wanted to call the police and she did not want to do that.
Okay.
In July 2021, Liese ended up in the hospital. DeAndrea had broken her nose and given her 2 black eyes. In September 2021, she texted her boss.
My boyfriend beat me again and I had to go to my mom's. They're wanting me to stay in a safe place because he's threatened before to harm us.
But it didn't last. She went back. Here's what Liese's family didn't know at the time. DeAndrea wasn't just violent. He was spiraling into something far darker. While Liese was fighting to make the relationship work, DeAndrea was hearing voices. For 3 to 4 years, his family had watched him deteriorate. His stepfather, Christopher Hawk, later described what they witnessed. He had dark voices, evil voices. He named one Ruth. Ruth was bad. Ruth tells him who he can and can't trust. Ruth tells him bad things. Ruth, an imaginary voice that controlled his thoughts, told him who was trustworthy, told him that some people weren't fully human, that they were humanoids. His family saw him talking to himself, rocking back and forth on the couch, shouting, "No, no, shut up, Ruth. No." And the voices were telling him to do something terrible. In text to his mother and sister, he threatened to kill them. His mother got a restraining order, then let it expire, thinking he was getting better. He wasn't.
Never thought I would be recording a video like this. First of all, I want to offer my condolences to the Dodd family. I cannot imagine what you must be going through. I'm not going to deny that what happened was an extreme act of evil. It was. I don't know how else to explain it. It was an act of evil. I don't know if there's a word that describes it. And over here, we are ashamed. His mom, his sister, we're all shocked. We knew he was capable of violence, but we never saw this. We tried to get been trying to get help for him for at least 3 years. But as far as longer term mental care, we were always told that we can't hold them unless they've done something. Our system fails people with mental problems. I've grown up in an environment with mental problems. And people are kind of left on their own. It's a tragic situation. This is the Dee that we knew. They're old pictures, but they show that there's a human there. A human does exist. He's not a monster. What he did was monstrous. He's not a monster. I'm not advocating that DeAndre should ever be allowed to enter civilized society again. I mean, he's obviously crossed the line there. I'm not advocating anything like that. I'm just saying there's a human being here, and it's tragic. It's tragic what mental illness has done to him.
The mental health system failed. The family couldn't force him into treatment, and Ruth's voice kept getting louder. He dropped out of high school just 2 months before graduation. He became transient, moving from house to house. He stopped taking medication. He stopped trying. And through all of this, he kept going back to Liese. By early 2022, they were living together in Alton. But Liese was pregnant, and the baby wasn't his. Edie, Liese's mom. Their relationship was toxic, and I told them they should end it. Liese's mother knew. She begged her daughter to leave for good. DeAndre's mother knew too. She begged her son to end it. But neither of them listened. And then, in early June 2022, things started to unravel. June 5th, 2022, DeAndrea sends a text to a friend, saying, "I feel like it's all the emotions I've ever put to the side, just coming out now at once. My cup filled up, and now it's got to spill over." Liese texts her mom, panicking.
You think he'd just leave like this? I think I got left.
Her mom sees an opportunity. A way out. If this is how it's meant to happen, at least it was non-violent. You've been set free. But Liese isn't ready to let go yet.
I'm not seeing it that way yet.
That same night, Liese admits something disturbing to her mother.
I broke a razor down and cut my leg because I told him I was just going to kill myself.
Then the mother asked her why. If D'Andrea was spiraling, Liese was too. The next day, June 8th, DeAndrea's uncle calls Liese. He's bringing DeAndrea home. Everything's fine. At 9:11 p.m., surveillance cameras capture Liese picking up DeAndrea and bringing him back to their apartment. She texts her mom one last time while sitting in the car.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Those were the last words Liese would ever send. This was the last time she was seen. Her mother texted her if everything was okay. But no response. At 9:45 p.m., the neighbors downstairs hear the fight.
For the past few days, they've been arguing, and that's nothing new.
Okay.
They fight, like they used to fight all the time, and it would be loud fighting, and we actually had to call the cops on them before, because I don't know who it was, but somebody picked something up and slammed it against the wall. We assumed it was one of them throwing each other. Last night, it was different. It was like, we got home from picking me up from work. I got home from work around 9:30-ish, and their front door was cracked, which is unusual. They don't.
9:30 p.m. last night? Okay.
They don't usually leave their front door cracked, and it was, and that was a little weird. And I heard like muffled yelling, like not screaming, but yelling in a way, kind of like in pain, like you just like snipped your finger with a scissor and you had to put some over your mouth so you wouldn't scream too loud. That's what it sounded like.
So you said it sounded like muffled screaming?
Kind of, but it wasn't too loud.
Okay.
And then later on, we heard like the apartment shakes a little bit whenever you move too much. and it started shaking, and we're like, okay, they must be fighting or something, and we were gonna wait to see if it got better, or like if it didn't, because we were just gonna go sit outside and wait it out.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to deal with it. And so whenever that was happening, the apartment was shaking, they were fighting about something, and then all of a sudden the screaming got really, really loud and really intense. And that was, I would say, probably about 9:45, 9:50. And then the apartment had like 5 or 6 loud like thuds, and they got louder and louder each time.
Okay.
And they shook the apartment as well. And that sounded more like it was coming from...
So like, what did it sound like experienced in life, to your best ability, that would have created, or possibly created the sound that you heard?
The shaking stopped, everything stopped.
That chopping sound, that steady rhythm, was the sound of Deandria cutting off Liese's head.
At that point, we heard somebody walk outside,
Okay.
but we weren't able to see because we just glanced down the window, and from the window that, the awning is right there, so we can't see down on the patio deck area. And so we couldn't see who it was, but they were out there for about 2 minutes, and then they came back in, and they came upstairs, but I was too scared to see who it was.
And then what?
We went outside to see if okay, so my best friend came over, and because I was like, hey, something's going on, I'm not feeling so right about this. And she was like, I'll come sit outside with you. So we were standing out waiting for one of them to come downstairs, because usually after they fight, one of them comes downstairs.
Okay.
Neither one of them did, but the lights upstairs in their apartment kept turning on and off.
Okay.
So we knew somebody was up there. We assumed it was Liese.
Okay.
But we didn't see either.
10 p.m., the screaming had stopped. The thuds had stopped. Everything had stopped. Liese was dead. And so was baby Bean. At 11:57 p.m., surveillance cameras captured Deandria leaving the apartment. He's changed his clothes. He's wearing dark shoes and a face covering. He's carrying that white laundry basket. He walks behind the smoke shop, straight to the dumpster. At 1 minute past midnight, he throws the basket inside. That basket contained Liese's head. 2 hours later, he takes Liese's car and drives to his mother's house in Litchfield.
Around 2:30 in the morning, that he's like banging on the door and stuff, and he's like pacing and like acting nervous.
Where?
At my house.
This morning?
Yeah, this morning at 2:30.
The next morning, his family finds him in the bathroom.
I see my grandma standing in the doorway to the bathroom, and I looked and I'm like, oh, there's Dee. And then...
He hasn't cut his hair in 2 years. He's proud of his dreadlocks. But now he's cutting them all off, changing his appearance, trying to disappear.
And what's his demeanor like?
He was like nervous, like you can tell he was like really nervous.
Just your personal opinion, why do you think he's cutting his hair off?
Got in trouble. He had on, he took him outside for some reason, and he set it by the sidewalk, and then he comes back in, and then he was...
Did you see him take those clothes off?
Yes.
So is that why because you said he didn't have a shirt to wear. So when do you see him take the clothes off?
He had a hoodie on and some pants, and then he took his shirt off, or his hoodie off when he was cutting his hair, I guess, because it was already off. Mm-hmm. And then he still had the pants on and stuff, and the hoodie was on the bathroom floor. And
then that's when he gets out and asks your mom for clothes?
Yeah.
And then he didn't have a shirt on, obviously?
Because he didn't want to put the same clothes back on.
Yeah, what were those clothes?
I know it was a bucket hat. I think it was like blue.
You didn't see anything about a hat. He had a hat on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
He had like a bucket hat on. I think it was like blue or something.
Anything about the hoodie that you recognize?
No.
with a shirt on. So what? So when he gets out of the shower, those clothes are all in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then that's when he gets the gray pants from your mom. And does he ask you for a shirt?
No, I just gave him one.
Yeah. So then, what does he do with the clothes?
After we got off the shower, he took them outside, put them by the sidewalk where our trash can was, and then he comes back in the house, chats for a little bit and stuff, and then my grandma was cooking breakfast, and she asked him if he wanted a plate, and he said yeah, and then that's when he went back outside, and then I guess the clothes that he had on the sidewalk, he put them in the trash, which they're in there now.
He hands Lisa's ID and debit card to his grandmother, tells her he found them. He throws his bloody clothes in the trash. He parks Lisa's car on the street with a handwritten for sale sign in the window, and then he takes off on foot.
He had I don't even know what his girlfriend's name is. Okay. But anyhow, he had gave me her ID in the debit card. Okay. And I said, well, why you got her debit card?
Yeah.
And license, And I said, now she out there driving, and then she thinks she got her license, and you got it. Then this morning, he gave me 2 keys.
Okay.
And I said, well, where you get these keys from? And he said he found them on the ground. But he didn't say where he found them on the ground. And I said, well, give it here. I said, then I can get in touch with her.
Okay.
And
you want to put that stuff in there?
I'm getting it back now?
This here?
Yeah.
Is that yours?
No, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get it to her.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll take care of it.
You sure now?
Yeah.
The keys too?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Did he tell you what those keys were for?
He just told me he found them.
What did he say to you when you asked him why he had that stuff? He didn't get an answer?
Just look like he's in a daze or something.
Meanwhile, at 12:59 p.m., Lisa's mother makes that horrifying discovery after she couldn't get in touch with her daughter. 2 minutes later, she rushed out and called the police on what she saw. The expression from the neighbors, you can feel something terrible has happened.
911 with the address.
Yeah. Hi. Listen.
What's going on?
My girlfriend's daughter killed her. Yeah.
What's going on there?
My girlfriend, on the other side, my daughter's, she chopped her head off. Got a message from her last night.
What time did you last hear from her?
It was like 9:05 or so. I had sent her a text, and she said they were talking. And then I tried again at 10, and she didn't answer. And then I tried this morning 2 times, and she didn't answer. And so then I came over here because she usually answers.
Yeah, okay. So last time you talked to her was last night when she sent your text message, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the officers are coming. They'll be there.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Police respond. They find Lisa's headless body in the bedroom.
She wasn't kidding.
Can we go sit on these front porch steps, though? Okay.
Well, I don't want to bother those people.
You know what? I'll tell them.
My car.
I'll tell them to go away. Okay.
It's okay.
Well, I just. Sir. Apartment 4 upstairs to the right.
Oh my God.
Here, let's.
Oh God, please, oh my goodness, listen.
Take some big deep breaths for me, okay?
And then I touched her, and she was cold, and so then I wanted to make sure that he just strangled her. And then there wasn't a head. Please find her head.
The manhunt begins immediately, but here's where this story takes an unexpected turn. That same afternoon, about 30 miles away in Gillespie, Illinois, police get a call. Someone's bicycle has been stolen. The owner gives a description, and within minutes, police spot a man matching that description riding the bike down Western Street. They stop him. He refuses to identify himself. He becomes aggressive and uncooperative. He was also found with cannabis with him. He's arrested for theft, found with cannabis, resisting arrest, and obstruction. They take him to the Gillespie Police Department.
Sure. Yeah. Don't have a name. That's okay. I'll get her name. What I have? What's that? What I have? They have cannabis on you. Oh, I don't need them. Okay, right. Need some water or anything? Yeah, I would like some water because, you know, you guys gotta, you need some water? Yeah. Okay, please, get some water. Is it okay if I walk around? Is it okay if I stand up and take a step, like a couple steps? What you gonna do? Why you gotta do that? Pull your pants up or something like that? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's it. He's doing his job. This man has done nothing but his job, I swear to you. You need to sit back down in the chair, please. Didn't you just say I could pace? No, I didn't say you could pace. I thought you said you had to beat pants. If you could sit down in there, please. Okay. Thank you. Do you mind if I pace? Is that illegal? I'm here. I'm handcuffed. Yeah. We don't want that. We want you to sit down. Exactly. I know you don't want that. So if you could please sit down, guys. I can't. I'm handcuffed. Yeah, you can. You sit down. I literally can't do it. I'm handcuffed. You need to sit down. Why are you guys scared of me for what? I'm not scared. You need to sit down. How? If I'm literally sitting here pacing handcuffed, I can't do shit. He serves to me. Okay, so what's your name? What they're gonna do? I literally asked if I was being detained. That man said no. And then he proceeded to ask me the same question over and over and over. And I said the same thing. And again, he's just not having it because he's got an attitude problem with me. I got an attitude problem too. I know I got one. I got one, that's why I'm not sitting down. But you know I can make you sit down, so I'm not. So do it. What did I just say? Do it. Do it. I said I could. Do it. I'm not going to do it. You're scared. Exactly. I'm handcuffed. Scared of what? Do it. You know, guy, we're not going to get into this. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, don't you just being mean to me though? I'm not being mean to you. I said you're pacing back and forth, and you said, well, set me down. And I said I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
He is acting strange, questioning the officers. Then he starts banging his head against the wall.
Don't do that. They just fucking did that. Don't do that. Do something. That's what I'm saying. Do something. Do something. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The police took drastic measures to restrain him from hurting himself. He assured them he is going to get out. They book him as a John Doe. He still won't give his name. But when they finally identify him, they realize who they've got. DeAndrea Holloway, wanted for questioning in a murder in Alton. Arrested for stealing a bicycle, just hours after decapitating his pregnant girlfriend. The Alton detectives arrive to interview him, but DeAndrea isn't talking. The detective asked his name. He kept on saying he wants to go to work. He is dissociated, and he wants medical prescription from a doctor, and he wants to see his lawyer. So the investigator agreed, and the interview was terminated. On June 13th, 2022, he's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of intentional homicide of an unborn child, dismembering a human body, and concealment of a homicide. His bond is set at $2 million. The case drags on for years. DeAndrea is found mentally unfit to stand trial. He's sent to a state institution for treatment. In February 2024, he's declared fit to stand trial. But then more delays, more evaluations, more waiting for Liese's family.
To 22-year-old Liese Dodd, who had just moved to this place in Alton, is beyond irreprehensible. It is completely terrible what happened to her. Her unborn child was also killed as a result.
Finally, on January 17th, 2025, DeAndrea Holloway pleads guilty. He's sentenced to 60 years in prison, 30 for Liese's murder, 20 for killing Baby Bean, 10 for concealing the crime. All consecutive. He'll serve at least 52 years before he's eligible for parole. At the sentencing hearing, Liese's mother Heidi stands to read her victim impact statement. A photo of Liese is projected on the screen near where DeAndrea sits.
We're here to announce that DeAndrea Holloway was convicted and sentenced in the murder of Liese Dodd and her unborn child today to 60 years in prison. And I want to introduce Heidi, Liese's mother and grandmother of the unborn daughter, to give a few words reflecting on today's verdict and sentence.
I would like to thank the many law enforcement agencies that collaborated on my daughter's case. A special thank you to Officer Wimmersberg of the Alton Police Department for his excellent work on this case. I am forever grateful for your time and wisdom.
This is a tragic outcome of a 2-year on and off again domestic violence relationship. This didn't have to end this way. My daughter should be here raising her toddler
instead of being a casualty of domestic violence. If you have a mental instability or mental illness, seek treatment and be consistent with your treatment. Understand that your condition or illness will not keep you from being held accountable for the crimes you commit. If you are in a domestic violence relationship, if someone is emotionally, mentally, or physically abusing you, make a safe plan to leave that relationship. If they continually disrespect your boundaries, make demeaning comments, and control your every movement, this is abuse. Find the resolve to leave that relationship. If someone threatens to end your life, believe them. If they can say it, think it, and talk about it, they can carry out the threat. Reach out to your local, regional, or national resources that are available to assist you in making a safe plan to leave. Your life depends on it. It isn't easy, and it may be one of the hardest things you do, but your life is important, and you are worthy and deserve a life free from abuse.
I want to say that you don't often see the kind of strength that the family of Liese has exhibited in this case. Incredible strength, incredible grace in the courtroom today with her statements to the defendant who the life of her daughter and granddaughter, and who over years, as she said, had abused them, and is now going to face decades in prison for the crime of murder, for 2 lives, not just one, the mother and the unborn child. And I just want to commend the family to say that it's very inspirational to see the kind of strength that you've shown, and I'm sure that everyone in the courtroom experienced the same thing. There were aspects of this case related to the unborn child who died that were extremely moving. One in which, Liese's last act, her hand was resting on a book about pregnancy. So her last thought was probably about her unborn child. And so there's a beauty there in those last moments. And I think that she's with us now.
Liese Dodd was 22 years old when she was killed. 8 months pregnant with a baby girl she lovingly called Baby Bean. The baby shower that was supposed to happen on June 24th became a memorial service instead. The crib that was supposed to hold a baby girl was never used. The medical career Liese dreamed of was never realized. Before she died, Liese shared a poem on her Facebook page. It ended with these words:
You learn that you really can endure, that you really are strong, and you really do have worth, and you learn and learn. With every goodbye, you learn.
If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out for help. National Domestic Violence Hotline: 1-800-799-7233. Available 24/7. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. ncadv.org. Liese's story didn't have to end this way. Yours doesn't either.